Okay, so I'm Stephen Twining and I'm just going to talk you through how to make the perfect cup of tea. So the first thing I did was to put fresh cold water into the empty kettle, because previously heated water has less dissolved oxygen in it, therefore you get less flavour off the tea leaves because it's that precious dissolved oxygen that does all the hard work. I've warmed up my teapot. I have put 3 bags in here because I'm making a cup of tea for the two of us, and just as the kettle comes to the boil for black tea, on goes the water. If I was making a green tea, I would let the kettle come to the boil, but then cool for 3 to 4 minutes, possibly 5, because boiling water can make green teas go bitter, and there's no place for bitterness in tea. So now we come to the bit that some people find difficult, particularly if they're doing it in a cup or a mug, but in a teapot, most people get it right, and that's to allow the tea to brew. So we're just going to sit here, chat for 4 to 5 minutes, and then the tea I will stir it, and then we'll pour and enjoy. The final tip I have for you is please store your tea, once you've opened it, in an airtight container. For the fragrant jasmine green, the tea leaves absolutely absorb the natural scent of the jasmine off the jasmine petals, and they retain that. That is the hygroscopic property of tea, and that's a wonderful thing, and we can use that very positively. But if you left your packet of tea open next to a bunch of flowers, or even worse, next to some detergent, it's going to absorb those scents too. That's not good, so put it in an airtight container, and then store it at ambient temperature, not a problem. It will be as fresh, the last cup will be as fresh as the first. People think that the strength of the tea is determined by how long you brew it for. And if people make a cup of tea in a cup or a mug, and there's nothing wrong with doing that, I do it all the time, when you add the hot water, you see the brewing process going on, and people tend to give it a bit of a jiggle. If you need exercise, go to the gym, because that's all you're doing. Tea for 5,000 years has naturally given its flavour off, and depending on the size of the leaf, that determines how long it has to brew for. So a regular tea bag would brew in 3 minutes. These are going to take 4 to 5 minutes because it's a larger leaf tea. But don't be fooled into thinking that the colour is an indicator of strength or flavour. So after 30 seconds, if you use particularly, say, the brisk English morning, it would look like your cup of tea. So don't take the tea bag out, leave it there, give it 4 to 5 minutes to brew. Then if you find it's too strong, dilute it, add more water. So it's the ratio of tea to water that determines the intensity of the flavour.
Did you like this video? There's 3 more ways to get more Noodlies. Read Noodlies.com, like Facebook.com/Noodlies, or subscribe to YouTube.com/Noodlies Food Blog.